Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving deep into a really important topic,
Hmm.
the unique experiences of autistic girls and young women.
Yeah,
You might have heard that autism sometimes gets diagnosed later, or even misdiagnosed, in girls,
that's right.
apparently because it can present differently, maybe more subtly, than it does in boys.
Exactly. And our deep dive today, it really looks into how autism can manifest in females. We're talking distinct symptom profiles, sure, but also some incredible strengths.
So this isn't just about getting a diagnosis label. It's more about validating those unique strengths
Yeah,
and helping you figure out how to thrive.
precisely. Our mission today is to bring those insights straight to you. Think relatable info, empowering strategies, things you can actually use on your journey.
Okay, cool. So where do we start? How about how your brain might learn best, like in school or maybe picking up a new hobby or just, figuring stuff out day to day?
Good place to start. Our sources talk a lot about strengths like systemizing.
Systemizing, what's that exactly?
It's basically analyzing how things work, seeing the underlying structure, and predicting outcomes. Think about understanding complex rules in a game really quickly, or spotting patterns in math problems others just don't see.
Or like figuring out code,
Totally. Or even just having that knack for organizing information. The research also mentions enhanced sensory and perceptual responses.
like a superpower for noticing details.
Kind of, yeah, and a really strong attention to those details.
So if you get really, really into a specific topic, coding, like we said, or maybe, I don't know, the entire history of penguins,
Uh-huh.
that intense focus isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's more like a learning engine.
It absolutely can be. Dr. Temple Grandin, she's a visual thinker, right? She talks about seeing mechanical problems almost instantly. That's that deep focus and action.
Wow.
So a practical tip that comes up is actually using those fixations to motivate learning. Lean into what you're passionate about.
Connected to schoolwork, maybe.
Yeah, or connect virtual learning to the real world. Make it relevant to you.
Okay, so beyond learning, what about just experiencing the world? Social stuff, senses. How might that feel different?
Right, the internal map, as you put it, might be calibrated differently. Our research points to distinct sensory experiences, things like hypersensitivity to the taste of foods.
So textures might be a big deal.
A huge deal. Or the opposite, sometimes insensitivities to pain. You might not notice an injury right away. And there can be other unusual sensory behaviors, like reacting strongly to certain sounds or lights. Socially, sometimes there are delays in fully mastering social cognitive reasoning.
Meaning like picking up on unspoken rules or social cues.
Exactly. It might take a bit longer or require more conscious effort to decode those things.
And that sometimes leads to this thing I read about called linguistic camouflage.
Yeah, masking. It's like you're constantly adapting how you speak or act to try and fit in, even if it feels totally unnatural.
That sounds exhausting.
It is, and it means people might not see the real you, which brings up a really important question.
How to be authentic instead.
Right. Instead of masking, how can we value your unique perspective? Embrace who you are, don't just perform.
Okay. And speaking of exhausting, let's talk emotions. Overwhelm, anxiety, maybe burnout. Sounds like these can be pretty common and maybe intense.
They can be. The research definitely shows that things like anxiety and depression are unfortunately quite common among autistic youth. Emotional dysregulation is a term used.
Like the volume knob gets stuck.
Kind of, yeah. Finding it hard to regulate those big feelings, and that can sometimes lead to challenges that cause real distress.
So what helps? How do you find calm in the middle of all that?
Well, our sources suggest a couple of key things. First, functional communication training. Basically finding clearer ways to express what you need and how you feel.
So you don't get stuck in frustration.
Exactly. And second, getting more control over your own environment. Things like having task preferences respected, getting to make choices, even self-monitoring.
Having more say in your day.
Precisely. That sense of agency, that control, can be incredibly grounding. It helps build that calmer internal space.
Okay, that makes sense. Now let's flip this a bit. We've talked challenges, but what about the strengths, the unique talents? How do you find your power in all this?
This is where it gets really interesting. Autistic individuals often have what are called islands of ability, specific areas where they just Well, excel.
Like the systemizing we talked about.
Yes, or maybe a precocious understanding of machines, or superior attention to the detection of change, noticing tiny details others miss completely.
That sounds valuable.
It really is. Research suggests autistic people can be valuable consultants, partly because they might have a lower susceptibility to some biases, a more objective view, perhaps.
Wow. So it's about seeing these things as strengths, not deficits.
Absolutely.
All right.
Celebrating your neurodivergent brain, speaking up for what you need, and finding your people, your community. That's huge.
So looking ahead then, stepping into the future, life after high school, maybe college, a job. How do you build independence?
That's a key transition. Now, the sources do note that autistic adults can face higher risk of unemployment or underemployment.
Right.
But developing work readiness skills, adaptability, managing daily tasks effectively, that significantly boosts employment outcomes. It's about building those practical skills.
And hopefully finding employers who get it right, who accommodate needs.
That's the other side of the coin, fostering empathy and understanding in workplaces and communities. And connecting it back, better childhood adaptive functioning, how well you navigated daily life earlier on, that's linked to better independence later.
So the skills you build now really matter for the future. Learning to advocate for yourself, leaning into those unique strengths.
Exactly. It's all connected.
This has been, well, a really important deep dive. Recognizing these distinct experiences, but also the incredible strengths. It feels vital. So as you, listening, step into your future, maybe think about how your unique brain, your perspective, can shape your own path.
Absolutely. Just understanding your unique way of being in the world, that's such a powerful first step towards self-acceptance and really empowering your journey.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and definitely keep celebrating exactly who you are.